Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I thought I'd cover quite a well-known internet mystery that I believe, I did have a look just before recording, but I don't believe that anyone has solved this one. So this is the Cicada 3301 cipher. So the internet has been home to countless cryptic puzzles, but few have sparked as much intrigue and speculation as Cicada 3301. This mysterious organisation emerged in 2012, posing an elaborate puzzle that sent thousands of solvers on a global scavenger hunt, involving advanced cryptography and hidden and hiding messages within images and sounds, basically, and real-world treasure hunts. Over the years, multiple challenges appeared, leading participants through an intricate maze of hidden messages and complex ciphers. But what was the ultimate goal of Cicada 3301? Who was behind it, and why did it suddenly vanish? To this day, no definitive answers exist, leaving Cicada 3301 as one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries of the internet. So, the beginning, the first Cicada 3301 puzzle. So the picture that I've got on screen now for you is a picture of the first puzzle and the first known image of the cipher. So on January 4th 2012, an anonymous black and white image appeared on 4chan, good old 4chan, but this was on the message board with the following text: "Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. Those who recognise the image as a steganographic puzzle, a technique used to hide messages within digital images, quickly extracted a string of text leading to a URL. This link revealed the next step in the puzzle, marking the beginning of one of the most sophisticated internet riddles in history. As participants delved deeper, they encountered a variety of challenges requiring expertise in cryptography, which is Caesar ciphers, RSA, encryption, prime number sequences, steganography, hiding messages within images and sounds, classical literature, references to obscure texts like the Book of the Law and Limber Primus, programming and cybersecurity, geographic location decoding. This puzzle was not confined to the digital world. As solvers progressed, Cicada 3301 left physical clues in locations worldwide, including the United States, Spain, Poland, South Korea and Australia. QR codes were posted at specific coordinates, sending participants further down the rabbit hole. So now we're going to cover the evolution of the puzzle. So this is between 2012 and 2014. Cicada 3301 released 3 major puzzle events in January 2012, 2013 and 2014. Every year the challenges became more advanced, drawing in thousands of solvers around the world. 2012 puzzle. The first puzzle began with the now famous image posted on 4chan. It guided solvers through the digital clues, encryption techniques and even real world locations. Those who made it to the end reportedly received an email from Cicada confirming they had reached the final stage. What happened after that remains unknown, as those selected were likely instructed to remain silent. So that's quite interesting, really. So I'll put a picture of the first puzzle, which is the same as the one before, just on the screen for you now, just a little reminder. And then we've got the 2013 puzzle, so I'll put that on the screen for you now and as I talk about it. So a year later, Cicada launched a new puzzle with a similar format, but this time it featured more cryptographic tasks. It required deeper knowledge of mathematics, programming and historical references. Like the first puzzle, it ended quietly, with no public announcement or verified outcome. That's quite interesting as well. And then last but not least, we've got the 2014 puzzle, which I'll put on the screen for you now. The third puzzle, introducing something new, the Limber Primus, a book written entirely in runic characters. Some pages have been decoded, revealing physiological messages and riddles, but large portions remain unsolved. Many believe that the Limber Primus holds a final key to understanding Cicada 3301's true purpose. After 2014, no verified puzzles were released by Cicada 3301. Apart from a disputed message in 2016 warning of imposters, the group went silent, leaving the mystery open and unfinished. So, we've got the cipher puzzles, puzzles, what am I on about? Right, so, Cicada 3301's puzzles were incredibly complex, drawing on cryptography, literature and advanced problem-solving techniques. Each set required deep knowledge of encryption, coding and historical text. Here's a breakdown of some of the key puzzle elements. So we've got that long word that I've been struggling to say, hidden messages in images basically. So one of the earliest puzzles use this practice of concealing information within images. The first clue, a black and white image posted on 4chan, contains text hidden in its code. Solvers use tools like Outguess, a universal free software that conceals information in the redundant bits of data sources such as images. To extract a message leading to a cryptic URL, this technique appeared repeatedly throughout the puzzle series, often hiding encoded instructions within seemingly ordinary images. Then we got cryptographic changes. The puzzles incorporated multiple encryption methods requiring advanced cryptographic knowledge. Some of the key techniques included Caesar ciphers. So Caesar ciphers are a basic form. Sorry, just 1 second. Are a basic form of encryption where each letter is shifted a fixed number of places in the alphabet. For example, A might become D with a shift of 3. Many solvers use online Caesar cipher decoders to help crack these codes. Want to give it a try? Decode this message using a Caesar cipher with a backward shift of 3, and it has an example which I'll put on the screen for you now. Next up, we've got RSA and PGP encryption. So both the types of public key cryptography used to encrypt and decrypt messages securely. RSA is widely used encryption algorithm, while PGP, which stands for Pretty Good Privacy, allows people to send encrypted messages that only the intended recipient can read. Their use in puzzles suggested a strong focus on privacy and secure communication. Next up, we've got modular arithmetic, a math concept used in many encryption systems where numbers wrap around each reading a certain value. It helped solvers decode hidden patterns and solve clues that revolved around numbers. Next up is prime number sequences. Prime numbers, numbers only dividable by 1 and themselves, appeared repeatedly in the puzzles. They were often used to hide messages or formed the backbone of certain clues. Next up, we've got hashes and base 64 encoding. Many clues were encoded in base 64, a method for encoding data into text. Others use cryptographic hashes, which are unique strings created from input data, making clues harder to reverse engineer without the right key. So a lot has gone into this, and it does make you wonder who did this and for what reason. It's very interesting. But next up, we've got classical literature. A distinct feature of Cicada's 3301's puzzles was their heavy use of literature, historical references. Clues frequently included passages from William Blake's poetry, particularly The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, which deals with duality and enlightenment. Asa Crowley's The Book of Law, a cryptic occult text that emphasises individual will and secret knowledge. We've got the Phonic manuscript, an undeciphered medical codex that appeared to inspire Cicada's 3301's use of obscure symbols. And we got the Lyra Primus, the most infamous text of the Cicada mystery, written entirely in runes. It it remains largely unsolved with many pages still untranslated. Some theorists believe the key to unlocking Cicada 3301's ultimate goal lies in decoding this text. So, next up, which I didn't know this part, so this is quite interesting to me, because this is the first time I've really looked quite deeply into this. So I heard about this, but it's my first time actually hearing all of the details like this, and I didn't realise it went this far. But it actually affected the real world as well. So there's actually a real world scavenger hunt. One of the most astonishing aspects of Cicada 3301 was its extension into the physical world. At certain points in the puzzle, solvers received GPS coordinates leading them to real world locations. These sites contained QR codes, paper posters and cryptic messages, each directing participants to the next phase of the challenge. Confirmed locations are included below. So I'll include a picture of one of the QR codes that was used for this, because I thought it was quite interesting seeing how they did it in the real world. So some of the locations that have been confirmed to be part of this is Seattle in Washington in America. A poster with a QR code was taped to a lamppost. We've got Warsaw in Poland. A similar clue was found on a street sign, and that is what is also on the picture. We've got Seoul in South Korea. A message was discovered attached to a telephone pole. And then lastly, but not least, we've got Sydney, Australia, which is another set of coordinates led to a hidden message in the city. To get a sense of the mystery yourself, try to look up the coordinates that I've got on the screen for you now. So I don't know if you want to pause just so then you can look up these coordinates. But if you look them up on Google Maps, where did they lead? Imagine finding a hidden message or clue there. These physical clues reinforce the idea that Cicada 3301 was more than just an internet-based challenge. It had real-world implications. However, the messages at these locations vanished quickly, building more theories that only a select few were meant to find them. So now we'll move on to the theories about Cicada 3301. Despite years of investigation and speculation, no one knows for sure who created Cicada 3301 or why. However, several theories have emerged based on the nature of the puzzles, the skills required to solve them, and the secrecy surrounding their purpose. So the first theory is intelligence agency recruitment. One of the most widely believed theories is that Cicada 3301 was a covert recruitment campaign by a government intelligence agency such as the CIA, NSA or MI6. The puzzles tested highly advanced cryptography, coding and reasoning skills. Exactly the kind of expertise intelligence agencies seek. These groups have been known to use creative means to identify and recruit top talent, so the idea of a global puzzle as a recruitment tool isn't far-fetched. So no agency has ever claimed involvement. So for that one, I do believe that is probably the most likely one. Why that's the one that I believe anyway. And yeah, even though no agencies have ever claimed involvement, I can't imagine that they would, to be fair. I mean, you know, being an intelligence agency, they've gone to a lot of trouble to create all this. I can't imagine them just owning up either. I could imagine it being kept very hush-hush. But anyway. The second one is private security collective. Another theory is that Cicada 3301 was created by a decentralised group of ethical hackers or cybersecurity professionals looking to quietly recruit like-minded individuals. These collectives often value privacy, intellect and anonymity, traits deeply embedded in the Cicada puzzles. The idea here is that the puzzles were used to filter out only the most persistent and skilled candidates, who were then invited to join a secret cybersecurity network. So that one's quite like the first one, and I think either way, I mean, they're both pretty much very similar. but yeah, I do feel like they are the strongest two theories, and they're both credible in their own right. Third theory we've got is cyber cybersecurity awareness campaign. Some believe Cicada 3301 had no recruitment goal at all, but was instead meant to raise public awareness about online privacy, encryption, and the importance of protecting digital freedoms. The heavy use of cryptographic tools and open source technologies, along with the inclusion of physiological messages about liberty and free thought, supports this idea. In this case, the puzzles would have been a kind of digital activism or educational project. So I don't agree with this one. And again, this is just my opinion, because no one knows. But I don't believe it would be this one, because I do know that, you know, especially with how much we are relying on technology nowadays, that there are programs and campaigns about cybersecurity and staying safe, but I don't believe that we got this far, especially because it came out in 2012. That was the first one, and back then, I mean, like, I'm talking like it's ages ago. It's not even that long ago. Well, not to me anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it is now. We're not so reliant on the internet and technology in general. So me personally, I don't quite believe that one. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is an ARG, or an alternate reality game. At first glance, Cicada 3301 resembles an extremely complex alternate reality game, a genre of interactive storytelling that uses real-world elements and online clues. However, there are key differences. Most ARGs are linked to a company, product, or entertainment project and eventually reveal their purpose. Cicada never promoted anything and offered no known record or conclusion. Still, some believe it may have been purely artistic or intellectual challenge designed for entertainment or social experiment. So this one's interesting. I do like ARGs, and I have read and watched videos about a few different ones now. Well, it's like it says it is normally for promoting something, be it a company or a project. And the ones that I've definitely heard about, they've kind of had this big reveal at the end, so it got people hooked, and then, you know, it all led to something. Whereas this one, you just had the puzzles and then you never heard from it again. So I don't think that one's as likely. I am leaning more towards the first two theories. But we have one last theory to go through, which is a more ominous theory. Suggests that Cicada 3301 was connected to a secretive organisation operating on the dark web. According to this theory, the puzzles were used to vet individuals for access to hidden networks or illicit operations. While there's no public evidence linking Cicada to any criminal or extremist activity, the group's total sorry about that, guys. The group's total anonymous and sudden disappearance after 2014 leave room for this possibility. And despite these theories, no concrete evidence has surfaced to confirm any of them. So, I mean, the dark web is something that you don't mess with. I've never been on dark web, and I don't plan to go on the dark web. I don't have all the safety, and I just don't want to risk it, because I have heard way too many stories of you don't mess with the dark web. Like, I just wouldn't want to risk it personally. You know, I've watched different YouTubers go on the dark web, and props to them for being brave enough to actually go on dark web, but it's something I've always been cautious of. I mean, I wouldn't put it past what you could do on the dark web. Like, you know, you do all sorts on the dark web. I mean, you know, it's like the black market, but internet wise. So I mean, it could be a dark web organisation. I mean, never say never. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably say it's either. I think the most likely, kind of words. Let's talk about this, guys. So the most likely one for me personally is either intelligence agency recruitment, or cybersecurity collective, or dark web. they are my favourite theories. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we can have a discussion about it. It'd be good to have a discussion. So, where is Cicada 3301 now? To this day, no one publicly claims to have fully solved Cicada 3301. Some individuals reported reaching the final stage, allegedly receiving private invitations from Cicada, but no verified proof of what happened afterwards exists. A select group of solvers supposedly completed the puzzles and were asked to participate in a secret project. However, whether this was for recruitment, experimentation, or another purpose remains unknown. After the 2014 puzzle, Cicada 3301 suddenly stopped posting. In 2016, a message appeared online warning about unauthorised third-party groups falsely claiming to be Cicada 3301. Whether this message was truly from the original group remains debated. Meanwhile, Libya Primus still contains unsolved passages. Some believe that unlocking its full meaning could reveal the last piece of the mystery. However, with no new puzzles and no official communication since 2014, the fate of Cicada 3301 remains uncertain. Unless it resurfaces, the full story behind its elaborate changes may never be known. If you're curious and want to dig deep into the puzzle's content and cipher breakdowns, you can explore the dedicated Cicada 3301 Wilkie fandom, which I'll put a link below for you if you guys want to check it out, which compiles puzzle details, theories and progress from the solver community. So that could be an interesting read for you guys. And that is the end of Cicada 3301. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, and then let me know in the comments below. Feel free to like this video, feel free to subscribe, it really helps me out, especially in terms of knowing what sort of content you guys like. And if you have any suggestions for any other video that you want me to talk about on the channel, just let me know in the comments below. You can send me an email, it's in my YouTube bio, on my Instagram, on X, I'm on all of those. So yeah, just contact me and we can have a discussion. But that's about it for today, so I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.